Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Pattern Shift on Dr. T TV. I'm Dr. T, and this is the place where we shift reactions into intentions so we can all live our most elevated life. The pattern shift for today is an epic one. I'm so excited for all of you to have this one. This is shifting from delusional to factual. And this pattern shift is key for living a life where you are actually able to navigate on the facts of a situation that allow you to create the reality that you want. And so this is replacing delusional with factual. And now I realize that people may not consider delusions to be something that everyday people have, and it's more reserved for something like, oh, somebody that's got a mental illness. But as an emotional scientist, what I recognize is that so many people have been developed in their life actually absorbing things that are delusional based on the dictionary definition, which is all about something being like a false belief. And it can be reserved for a mental disorder, but in reality, if we really look at it, especially for more emotionally sensitive people, there is a lot of delusional stuff going on where people are believing things, absorbing things, experiencing things, communicating them, expressing them, and they are much more of a delusion and a story and a narrative and a false belief that is not necessarily factual. And that gets people into a lot of trouble, because if we're telling a story that is not based in facts, then we may be creating some extra drama that, guess what, just keeps making more of itself. So being factual is the upgrade, and we want to replace delusional with factual so that instead of being in false beliefs all the time, which some people can be in and some people can just be in some of the time, instead of being in false beliefs that are delusional and not based in facts, and believing that and activating on that and communicating that and collaborating in that with people, where people are telling stories and this person's this awful person, and this person's this, and this person did the worst thing ever, and I can't believe the worst thing ever is happening. And just the way that people can be in very delusional beliefs. And this is why it's important to understand the pattern of delusion, which is not just reserved for people with schizophrenia, but most people, without realizing it, can be operating in delusional beliefs that are not factual. And then that can just be creating more of itself as people tell themselves stories and tell other people stories where the narratives just really aren't based in complete factuality. So even if we have some delusion going, then the issue with that, everyone, is that if that's happening with us, then we would be the people that are losing out because of that, because facts are what we want to be able to tell ourselves, and our intentions are the things that we want to focus on. So if we're in any process of delusion, any process where we're narrating and storytelling and dramatizing and exaggerating and not being in the facts of the situation that are occurring, that are actually able to be accounted for. The facts are, right? The facts are somebody drove down the driveway. The facts are somebody left me and doesn't care about me. The facts are he pulled out of the driveway, drove down the street. That's the facts. The delusion is the person doesn't care about me just because they're pulling out of the driveway and walking down the street and driving down the street. So this pattern shift is major. And this is about anyone and everyone who can be operating in false beliefs and false narratives and false stories and dramas and exaggerations, telling that to yourself, telling it to other people, passing it on, making it just a viral level of delusion that people are in. And we got to replace it with just the facts, ma'am. Facts is what we've got to be able to know and explain. And we've got to be able to tell ourselves the facts, tell other people the facts, and also be awesome at speaking also about our intentions. So my example is a really easy one today. Say you're experiencing an argument with somebody, and your partner walks out the door, gets in the car, drives down the street, and goes and goes and gets an ice cream cone. The facts of the story, the facts of the situation are he walked out the door, he pulled out of the driveway, he drove down the street, and that's what the person knows. The delusion would be he doesn't care, he always leaves, everybody leaves me, he couldn't care less, et cetera, et cetera. Those are all false beliefs because there's no basis of factuality. So we want to replace those false beliefs and delusions with the facts. We want to speak the facts. We want to express the facts. And when we're operating in the facts, that also gives us an emotional foundation to operate in our intentions, which are the facts that we want to be true and the facts that we want, rather than the delusions that we don't want. So the facts are, right? This is the fact. It's 75 degrees out. It's sunny. There are 6 clouds above. That's a fact. And the intentions are the facts that we want it to be, right? We want it to be 80 degrees, clear skies on Memorial Weekend for skiing. Those are the facts that we want to occur. Those are our intentions. Okay. So whatever it is that could be any part of you or people you know that are operating in false beliefs, false narratives, and collaborating in all of that delusion, let's make the upgrade today and do this pattern shift. Everywhere where there would have been delusion, we're now going to replace it with just the facts of the situation, the facts that are occurring, and the facts that we want, which we belovedly call our intention. So for the rest of your life, where there would have been delusion, you've now got the facts, and the facts are your foundation for more intention and the facts that you want. And that's what I love about intentions instead of reactions, because intentions are the facts that we want to be true. They're what we can see as the data of the moment. Like I said, it's whatever it is, it's 5 o'clock, it's Saturday. Those are the facts. I'm wearing a blue shirt. That's a fact. And then there's the facts that we want, which are our intentions. And we get to put into that whatever we want. This is an infinite capacity to decide our intentions and the facts that we want to happen. And the way that we get the facts that we want to happen is when we are clear about the facts that are occurring. And so this is a huge upgrade. I'm excited for everybody to have it. We've replaced delusion, put over the top of it facts, factuality, and now the facts get to drive the facts that we want to be true for the future. And that is pretty amazing. All right, everyone. So this is a big pattern shift for today, major upgrade. I invite you to receive it all the way in, make that replacement, make that upgrade, get on the train of factuality and the facts that you want for the future. Remember, this is one pattern shift. And at drtracyinc.com, where you can check us out, myself and my team do emotional training, where we do conditioning, where people do these pattern shifts and all the pattern shifts that they need for their individual self. And there are thousands of pattern shifts that each person needs, and you can find those over at drtracyinc.com. Check us out. And you can learn all about how you can do the emotional training that will make sure that you are operating at your top emotional level and that you have all the intentional emotional process going on that's going to create your most intentional elevated life. All right. So there's a lot available to you, and each person has an individual specific set that they need and their own emotional training process. And that's what you can learn more about over at our website, drtracyinc.com, where you can also book a free consultation and receive a bunch of pattern shifts for free in one of our consultations that we offer to walk you through whatever pattern shifts that you want to make. Okay, so also knowing that these pattern shifts that you're making right now are important to other people, because we all know people that were needing to operate in more of the facts and more of intention. So if this pattern shift's working for you, or you think it will, somebody else needs it, please forward it on. Please share it, because everybody would do better to be in the facts and their intentions. And that's going to create a lot better world for everybody, so we can all live our most elevated life together. All right, everyone. So this is one pattern shift, more to come. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.